Hello and welcome to Paper Plays Julie K.
Welcome everyone, and thank you so much for stopping by to check out my latest video. And today I'm here continuing to work on the Junk Journal January prompts for 2025, hosted by Meg Journals here on YouTube. I'll have all of her information listed below in the description box, and I've been trying to play along every day, and so far I've been successful with that. And today we are on day number 6, and the prompt is embossed. And so, of course, when I heard the word embossed, the first two things that came to my head was embossing folders and also like embossing powder, which I have both. So I decided to try and do a layout with both of those today. And yesterday we did depth, which I did depth of field, and so right here, and so I'm just flipping over this page to work on this side. I think is where I'm going to work today, so I'm just going to pull that particular page out and set the rest of it aside. And if you're just tuning in for the first time, I do have a playlist started of all of my videos, so you guys are more than welcome to come and check those out. And so I did choose today to work with this paper scrap that I had left over. It's from a Prima paper pad. And I did already go ahead and ink the edges, and I kind of distressed them just using my scissors, which again, if you haven't done that before, you just take your scissors and just rub it along the edge to distress it a little bit. I wanted to go with maybe a little vintage feel again today. And so I'm going to just glue that down in place. Hopefully everyone is doing well. I've had a good month so far. Just January is usually a little bit more quiet for me. We don't have usually a lot of work this time of year, so I do get to spend a little bit more time in the craft room, which is always fun, along with chores. My husband and I live in a cabin, so we do have a couple winter chores, and we do heat part of our cabin with a wood fireplace. So usually every day, unless it's like bitterly cold out, we heat our cabin with firewood. So we do go out, and my husband chops the wood and I just help him put it on the log where he chops it. And then I also help him stack it when we use either like a big sled or a wheelbarrow to carry it down to our house and put it in. So I usually help him with that and then help him stack it in the house. So we did that this morning for a little bit, and then I'm crafting, and he went out ice fishing. I try and go out with him once a week ice fishing. I do like to fish, but I don't really like to sit outside. So I kind of pick and choose which day I'm going to go out ice fishing with him to catch fish. All right, so then the other thing, getting back, I did do some embossing with embossing powder, and I just used black embossing powder on a scrap piece of paper, and the ink that I used first off was the watermark stamp pad. Stamped it on this, and then it's sticky enough to put the powder, and then you use your heat tool. If you guys have never watched anyone do embossing powder and you want a tutorial, let me know. I just decided to do it off screen today just because I use a heat tool and it's loud, and so I just thought I would save you guys from having to listen to me use the heat tool. So I thought I would put that up there. I also picked out from my stash, I printed off quite a while ago. These are images that Lorna Taylor did in one of her kits for tailor-made journals, and so I just picked her out. I thought she was pretty. I also picked out a little white bag pocket thing, and I did run that through my embossing folder. So this is the other type of embossing. And let's see what the folder that I used for that one. And again, if you don't know how to do this type of embossing and you want a tutorial, let me know. I'm willing to do that. I'm just trying to save time today to make it not so long of a video. And I used this one from Sizzix, and it was called Damask. And this one I did happen to put the item number on it. So I did that. I ran it through my machine, and I came up with that. So I was thinking I could put her on top of there. But I think for just a little bit of contrast, I want to just rub a little bit of Distress ink, and I'm using Victorian Velvet. I'm just going to rub that over. Just to have a little bit of color. And yeah, I probably will only just see the outside edges, so I really don't need to focus, I guess, on the middle if I'm going to stick the photo on there. So I kind of like that. Just a little hint of some extra color under there. I could have done the blue too. So there's that. So I did those two types of embossing. And then I also embossed with a couple other folders that I just wanted to play around with. I have this one from Doris called Doily Lace. And I don't, you know, it's probably really tough to see the pattern, but it's kind of just one that has like a kind of a square border. And then I also did a little bit of this one that was a postcard one, and this one was just a Sizzix one. I'm not sure what the number is on that one. So I did do a couple of those. So here's the one with the border that I embossed. Just some dry embossing. And then I'm thinking I could maybe put this bag on top of that with the border showing. I think that would be fun. So I'm going to just corner around this one. And I'm also going to take this Stampin' Up! Bordering blue pad, and I'm hoping that it'll show up dark enough. I'm just going to try and go over the emboss part just to make it raised a little bit more, the color pop where it embossed and was raised. I don't know if it'll show up better or not, but we'll give it a try. Yeah, the Doris folders, I like the style, but they just don't emboss as nice. Like, it's nice crisp image on like right here, and then on this side it's not very crisp. And I tried running it through my machine twice and it still kind of did that, so I just left it. I just don't know if it just has to do with quality, or they just don't, you know, they were cheaper to buy way back when. I used to buy them at Tuesday Morning, but they're not as nice as the Sizzix brand. So after buying a few of the Doris brands, I kind of quit buying those just because of that reason. So I think that looks kind of nice. I mean, it's... And then, let's see. So I'll glue that down in place, because I think it'll just fit. Or I'll maybe let it hang out. I think it's okay if it hangs out a little bit on that side. Or I could cut it down too once I've glued it down. And I'll do that. And then I also, that postcard one that I showed you guys, so I have that, and I'm just going to do the same thing. I'm just going to kind of rub my ink on that just to kind of highlight it just a little bit. I'm also going to corner around the edges on this one. I'm thinking I can stick this in the embossed little pocket thing that I made. And I'm going to ink the edges on this also. And I also cut out a scrap piece of paper to layer this on top. So I'm going to do the same thing on this one. And I think I'm just going to do a little bit of pink on this one. The Victorian Velvet again. I'm going to glue those, or glue those down and put them in the pocket. So I think I like that, and I think I kind of want to go around everything with, I'm going to sew around her. I think I want to do that on the sewing machine, and I think I'm going to sew around this too. I like the look of sewing. And then I'm going to add, I did stamp the number 6 because it's day number 6, and so I figured I'd put that on a tab. So I figured I could attach that on the top. I think that's really cute. In there, I'm also going to, I have a couple pieces of like leftover bridal trim. So I think I might just add that right there on the corner. And then I was also thinking I had this pretty little trim that I got out of a grab bag at the thrift store. And I just think I want to add a little bit of that. So I might add some down here. I think that would be cute. And then I think I'm just trying to decide if I want to add any more lace or not. I have some of that vintage lace I used on one of the previous layouts still sitting here. I have this little bit of blue one too. I kind of want to leave that, you know, that you can see the bag. I was tempted to put lace behind here, but then you can't really see that the bag is embossed. And since that's kind of the challenge for today, I don't know, I could maybe put it behind the bag. Let's see what that looks like. Because if I cut it down short enough, you could maybe still see that. No, I don't like that today. So yeah, maybe I will do this. And I thought I had another piece of this trim somewhere sitting on my desk. Or pieces of it. So maybe that'll be good enough for me if I do this trim and add those. And I have the word beauty up here. I could put a little bit of this lace maybe behind here. And then of course put this in the pocket. And depending upon how you glue the pocket down, I mean, I could make it into a little tuck spot, but I think I'll just glue it down and just use this and call that good for today. But if I was doing a lot of journaling, I would make this into a tuck spot, or I could make this into a pocket too. Maybe I will glue this down so that I could use this as a pocket, but I'm not going to put anything in it in case I want to come back and add something, journal about something. So I'm going to go ahead and do that little bit of sewing I talked about, and I'll glue everything down, and then I'll come back and show you the finished results. So I did want to show you the finished results, and I did end up kind of moving things around compared to where I talked about what I was going to do. I did put the word beauty down at the bottom, the embossed word. I also added eyelash trim behind the photo. I just felt like it still needed something. You can still kind of tell that the little bag behind there is embossed, and then of course the layering piece behind there is also embossed, and the little postcard that I made is also embossed, the word postcard. And let's see, I added the trim up at the top instead of the bottom, and I did leave this open in case I wanted to add another pocket or add something up there. But I really like how this one turned out. I think it's really cute. And then I did want to show you a couple more of the supplies in case people had questions. The numbers that I'm using, again, are from this company called Mood Tape. Transparent stamp set 13. And it was something I bought off of Amazon, I believe. I had looked up a long time ago number rubber stamp set, and this is one of the ones that popped up. I don't have any Amazon affiliate links, so I can't link those below, but just so you know if you're looking for that one. And then the tabs are from this set that I used, and it's an unknown set. Again, I can't remember who I bought these from. I think I bought them from an Etsy store, but I'm kind of thinking they were just kind of some reproduction ones, and maybe you could even find them on Amazon. I'm not sure, but I do like them. There's, you know, three different sizes, which I like about these ones. And so I think I'm going to call that good for day number 6 of Junk Journal January. And hopefully I will see you guys back again tomorrow for episode number 7, which is a tuck spot. I love creating tuck spots, so it'll be fun to dig through my stash and see what I have for that one. And until next time, I hope you guys all have a wonderful day and happy crafting.